This is the future.
UK Defense Department took over the British Invictus 2 years ago, the original management team that Harry worked with even after he left relieved of their duties by UK Defense. I foresee a future skullduggery acquisition claims the game's worldwide success undoubtedly irks some. Okay, so he retweeted that. Okay, members of the armed forces put their lives on the line to safeguard our way of living and protect our democracy. Today, we're providing up to £26 million to Veterans UK to underwrite the bid for Birmingham to host the Invictus game taking place in 2027. So they won that bid. Okay, now I'm to that. Spring budget 2024. Up to £26 million for Invictus Games 2027. But if I read some other things where there's no money, the city of Birmingham having some financial issues, Invictus game is family, no 24/7 Sussex security, no Invictus games. So that was back in March. Okay, your bid has been, well, they got it now. Okay, these are people who were concerned about what was going on. So this was a thread that was going on back in March. Okay, get lost. You are trying to steal Prince Harry and Victor's game away from him, knowing that Harry and Meghan cannot get security or pay for it, and was told to give 28 days notice so that royal family and media can set up every trap for him. 26 million is nothing. Media makes billions or more with hate campaign. All right, so there's the screenshot. Help for Heroes will no longer be involved with Prince Harry and Victor's game. Mad stripped charity of contract to train and support Team UK and hands it to Royal British Legion. That was when? 22. I mean, they want to destroy something that is working because of out of spite. This is crazy. Birmingham Council has just announced massive cuts that will negatively impact the people living there for years to come. They should be focusing on getting the basic service right before considering hosting anything. They can't even afford to have the street lights fully on. Okay, all these were back in March. That was before they announced, I think that's when they made their bid or something like that. I don't know. Or that was the discussion that was going on. Okay, up to 600. Okay, let's see here. Up to 600 council job to be lost, art grants scrap, libraries closed, and band collection reduced to fortnightly. So that was, okay, not too long ago, couple months ago, 5 March 2024. Councillors in Birmingham have approved what are thought to be the biggest budget cuts in local authority history, with residents warning that the consequences could be disastrous for the city. Birmingham City Council met on Tuesday afternoon to debate and vote on a proposed set of cuts that will see the loss of up to 600 council jobs, arts grant scrapped, libraries closed. Okay, this is very important. They always go after these things that will enlighten people. Okay, libraries, that's where, you know, let's say if they're not even telling the truth on mainstream media, people could at least go on libraries, do their own research, but they're closing that. Keep the people in the dark. Libraries close and a band collection reduced to fortnightly. They also include funding cuts to adult social care, oh my goodness, children's services, flood defenses, and highway maintenance, while street lights across the city will be dimmed. I mean, I know Harry mean well. Maybe bringing the games over there will help facilitate the city, but if the people they electing are not even trying to make the things work, I mean, you don't have to come like, you know, be the savior. I don't know. That's his country. He does whatever, and it's already been given to them. Okay, wow. Okay, with the Sussexes not having the required protection in the UK, I hope that games go elsewhere. Sorry, but no Harry, no game. It's easy as that, and you can thank his brother and his father for not having the security supply. Okay, I hope not. Feels like there is a hidden agenda here. UK can't be trusted with the lives of the Sussexes and the veterans. Okay, the UK doesn't deserve the Invictus Games ever. Alright, so that was before they granted them. I understand the Invictus is running by many people from the UK, so they have to look out for each other. But at the same time, knowing what we know now, and I don't know if I'm gonna split this recording into two, where this is gonna be on our part of pure service, and some of the things that I shared earlier will be on a different channel, APU Team Sussex. But there were some parts where I was reading where what is it, the funding, the royal family, their funding is increasing by 50-something%. So they should cut that funding from the lazies. They're really not doing anything. Bring it to the city. Okay, this is the balance of things. It's not balancing. Oh my God. And then Harry, who's actually doing something for the people, they don't want to give him the security. And then the family, the royal family, could afford the security. This is unprecedented. I never seen anything like this. Okay, so that's that. I think there's more comments. Yeah, let's leave it as that. I don't want to comment on it anymore. You could pause your screen and read what's there. Next tweet, and this is my last one. Okay, and I don't know, I'm gonna put any of these in a different channel. I hope the huge success for the city of Birmingham, but most importantly, injured military personnel and their loved ones. Invictus Games 2027. Okay, Deputy Leader of Birmingham City Council, what is that, Sharon Thompson, welcomed the news the Invictus Games are coming to Birmingham 2027. Okay, 46 seconds. Let me go into it. That's a retweet from one of the squads. Alright.
I'm absolutely thrilled to see that Birmingham has got the bid for the Invictus Games, Birmingham 2027. This is going to be fantastic for the city. As you know, we are a great host anyway, but working in partnership with places like the NEC is going to be fantastic. The Invictus Games coming to Birmingham is going to mean so much for local communities, and that's why we're going to make sure there's schools programs, there's going to be festivals, cultural events, so that everybody can participate. Lots of volunteering opportunities for local people in local neighbourhoods to have a part of this magic that's coming to Birmingham. And of course, it's also going to mean that we need to think more about the legacy in terms of jobs, skills, and the way that we are in terms of being inclusive as employers across the region. I'm absolutely thrilled to see that Birmingham has got the bid.
All this sounds really good. But the damages that the paper has done, and the royal family did not stick by Harry and Meghan. The damage has been done. For someone like me, if I wanted to go over there to go see the games, there's no way I'm gonna go over there to spend my money. I'm just sharing my personal feeling here. I understand people don't have to agree with me, but the damage was too vast. The non-stop, even after the Queen died, they didn't even focus on the Queen's legacy. Okay, this part is subjective depending on how you feel about the Queen, but they went on a bashing spree. Nobody said anything to the tabloid for them to stop. So why will anybody who's not white go over there? There will be some. Okay, I'm not gonna say people not to go. I'm not denying, or I'm not telling people not to go. That's not my thing here. But the damage that I witnessed, that pretty much make me want to do those videos every day for you guys to share what's going on. Otherwise, if the hate campaign on Meghan was not so damaging, my channels will not be existed. I'll be talking about different things, maybe what's going on with our election, but I don't know. All right, people who make their own thing. Where were all these people when the papers were bashing on them? Nobody stood up. Why will anybody wants to go over there and enjoy the game freely, you know, without, you know, you're gonna be worrying who's gonna be watching over your back and worrying who's, it's too much. The racism over there, anybody of color, I will not say anybody, for me, a person of color, there's no way I will go over there. They literally were doing things, politicians, elected officials were doing things to prevent people from coming to their land. There's so many things that I've shared with you that has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan, but are somewhat giving you a hint. Someone who's not white, how they treating you. I spoke about, you know, immigrants going to the UK. Okay, they prevent people of color who's running from ravaging, you know, running for their lives. They will not let them in. But when you look at what's happening in Ukraine, but they allow them to come and go to people's houses and things like that. I'll never forget that tweet. I'm gonna paraphrase it. Is that this family allowed Ukrainian family to stay with them, and then I believe one of their children were being racist toward someone, either in school or something like that, and the family rejected them. So this is what somewhat put a light on humanity of this, despite the full-blown negativity that I was seeing. But when you read the little people, what they write, and I used to really encourage a lot of Brits, go on social media, you know, tell your stories, different things. And I talk about was that footballer who paid for school lunches when and you were 2020 when he missed out the shot. The crazies, the racists went out full-blown, destroy his mural and all of that. But you see the community come together and spoke against what was happening. So there is hope. But the thing is that the papers go non-stop on Meghan for absolutely no reason, and no one of prominent position came out and said a damn thing.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
There are mental health advocates in the UK whose, you know, charities and all of that. They all shut their mouth. They don't say a damn thing. And this is why I will always respect Hugh Jackman. Okay? When Meghan was going through her thing, I think she had already left. And she spoke about something. Was it the Oprah interview or something like that? I think it was the Oprah interview about the mental health thing where she wanted to take her life away. Okay, the UK papers, the media, the presenters, you know, brush it off. Instead, they're blaming her for things that was, you know, whatever she said about her mental well-being. But Hugh Jackman came in instead promote, you know, I believe he is how do you call it, a patron for a mental health kind of thing, and stood up and spoke against, you know, the nonsense, you know, and support of Meghan. So there's a lot of things, and I think Hugh Jackman is Australian, okay, but in the UK, everyone of prominent position shut them off. I wish Birmingham luck. I hope they make the money that they're spending, and I hope the most important for me is Harry is safe. We shall see if Meghan is gonna show up. I don't know, and I hope she doesn't, and I hope she just appear on a screen and wish them luck. That's all I could say. All right, so let me not go into the comment. I spoke enough. I'm already an hour, and I might turn this into 2 parts. All right, so
thank you, Elizabeth, Israel, and Kirsty. Stay here. You need to be with me. I'd like to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to everyone at the Pat Tillman Foundation, led by Marie Tillman-Shenton, who I'm so honored is here tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge the Tillman family, especially Mrs. Mary Tillman, Pat's mother. Her advocacy for Pat's legacy is deeply personal and one that I respect. The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses. The truth is, I stand here not as Prince Harry Pat Tillman Award recipient, but rather a voice on behalf of the Invictus Games Foundation and the thousands of veterans and service personnel from over 20 nations who have made the Invictus Games a reality. This award belongs to them, not to me. That said, it is of great importance to me to highlight these allies, athletes, and their amazing families for their achievements, their spirit, and their courage at every opportunity, especially on nights like this, in front of people like you. Moments like these help us reach those that need Invictus most and reduce more than 20 veterans a day taking their own lives in this country alone. For those who may not know, Invictus comes from Latin, meaning undefeated or unconquerable. Nelson Mandela credited the poem of the same name, written by the poet William Ernest Henley, for giving him the strength to endure nearly 30 years of imprisonment. Like that poem, the spirit of the Invictus Games transcends race, time, and borders. It is born from unity and exudes purpose. This year, we're celebrating 10 years of witnessing life-changing impact and healing through sport. And while so much progress has been made since those first games, the world outside seems to be in an even more precarious state. We live in an age marked by polarization and division. Conflicts rage around the globe. Anger and resentment towards those who are different seem to pervade societies everywhere. Our community challenges that. Our community proves that unity is not just possible, but formidable. The beauty of the Invictus Games lies in how it brings people together, no matter one's nationality, background, or personal struggles. It is a collective built from courage and mutual respect, where athletes discover time and time again the common denominator of their humanity. Having survived the crucible of armed combat and forged through the challenge to rebuild bodies and minds impacted by conflict, they form a family. They exemplify the very best in all of us. There is a military expression that dates back to Roman times. I'll spare you another Latin lesson. But the phrases translates roughly to leave no one behind. And they hold particular significance for the US Army's Rangers. And I have no doubt Pat Tillman and his comrades lived by those words. So, it is fitting that I end with them and make a promise on behalf of all of us at the Invictus Games Foundation. No matter the road ahead, we are here for you. We will leave no one behind. Thank you.
Evolution. This is the future. This is the future. is the future. Evolution.
You realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility.
We're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
Today is April 6, 2023. It is 2:44 p.m. So I have a little bit of time, and I thought, let me get this initial video out. Whenever I have time, I'll record. So this is the first video for this channel. Well, I should say second video, because I did like an introduction in terms of what this channel will be focusing on, more in terms of background of Harry and Meghan kind of thing, and things that they have said in the past. So I decided to create this channel to focus mostly on their charitable work. I don't know which direction I'm gonna go with it, but it will be definitely focused on their charitable work. So I thought, since I have the time, let me go over their website to give a basic idea of where they're coming from. And I was looking at their website before I started recording. One of the things I was thinking of doing was to highlight each of these organizations they have helped or they're part of. Then I said, let me just read, go over their webpage, and then go over the impact report. And then maybe another video, I'll do a review of the organization